You understand how many thoughts you're creating, right? And what is the second dimension to it is quality. What is the quality of thought? We know there are two kinds of thought, positive thought, negative thought. We all know about it, right? So what is the big deal? Why do we need to know about these thoughts? For that, we'll do a little exercise. Okay. So in this, you need to basically see and observe what is the feeling that you have most during these days. Either it could be fear, happiness, feeling that you're observing in yourself these days. Can you write them in the chat box? What is the kind of feeling that you're observing? Fear, love, joy, anger, greed, anxiety, love, happiness, joy. These are some of the examples. So what is the kind of feelings that we are having the most these days? Nice. Happiness, fear, joy, aggressive, happiness, joy. Right. So today, basically in this exercise, we'll try finding out why do we feel these feelings? Why do we have these feelings? Can anyone know the reason for this feeling? Do you know why you're feeling the way you're feeling? Do you know the reason for it? Can you think of a reason? So the reason we generally think is something good happened, like Shanti messaged, yes. Okay, think. What could be the reason? If you're feeling happy, what is the reason? If you're feeling joy, what is the reason behind it? If you're feeling fear, is it COVID that is creating fear? If you're feeling aggressive, like what is the reason behind it? Can you think about that? Tiredness, okay, that is also a feeling. A situation, okay. Situation, yes, situation can create feelings, okay. Sure. So, so for this, we all have a scientist inside us. Do we have a scientist inside us, a curious mind, like we know Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton, he saw an apple falling from a tree. Everyone others also observed an apple falling from the tree. But what created a difference? Sir Isaac Newton had a curious mind. He asked the question, why? Why is apple falling from the tree? And then he kept on asking that questions until he found out that force that is pulling the apple, right? Similarly, we also have a scientist inside us. So let's bring that out. Let's use our curious mind today to find out not about the outside world, but about the inner world that we have. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? So to become a scientist, we generally have a problem statement. So for Isaac Newton, the problem statement was apple is falling from the tree. And the second thing is he had some tools. His tools was mathematical calculations that he could do, right? So for us to become a scientist, what is our problem statement? Our problem statement today is, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Okay. And what tool are we going to use today? We would need a tool also, right? For our discovery. So the tool that we use today is a 5 why technique. So let me tell you about this 5 why technique and how it works. So Whenever you have a question, let's say whatever question you have, you'll ask a why to it. Why? And then whatever answer you'll get, you'll again ask why. And you'll keep on asking why 5 times. You will ask this why 5 times, and ultimately, whatever answer you will get, that is the actual root cause of the problem that you wanted to solve. Okay, but we need to be sure what is the problem statement. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Why am I feeling? Right? The way I'm feeling, and the technique that we are going to use is a 5 why technique. Okay, so to explain that better, I've prepared a presentation that I'll share with you all. So just give me a minute. So everyone can see the screen. It's loading. Okay. So I'll give you a situation. In that situation, basically, I actually called up my friend. I have a best friend, and she always used to pick up my phone. Okay. And but what happened was she always used to pick up my phone. And even if her phone was busy, she used to answer that. But one day, what happened was she's not picking up my phone. Okay, and after 2 3 calls she just picked up the phone and she started talking very rudely with me. Okay, so what I felt was I felt hurt. She said to me that, why are you calling me? I cannot receive your call right now. And what I felt was I felt very hurt. Like, she's my best friend, and how can she talk rudely with me? So it's a natural feeling. We will feel hurt, right? So let's understand, using this 5 why technique, that why am I feeling hurt? Okay. So our first question, the first why is, why am I feeling hurt? Please don't write to this presentation. Yeah. So why am I feeling hurt is the first question. So the answer to this was, so this is my analysis that I did when I felt hurt because my friend didn't pick up the phone. So I'll explain that. And similar exercise you will do for the feeling that you had. Okay. So the reason that I found was because she talked rudely with me. Okay. That was the reason I felt hurt. The second why was, why is her talking rudely affecting me? Right? Why am I getting hurt if she's talking rudely with me? That is what we want to find out. So the answer was, I've never talked rudely with her and I want her to do the same. I've never talked rudely with her, so she should also be polite with me, right? I want her to do the same. She shouldn't talk rudely with me. So the third why, so all the whys, if you see, they are linked to the question. So here, the answer was, she talked rudely with me. So the why that we asked was, why is her talking rudely affecting me? Okay. The why is always linked to the answer to the first question. Okay. So the second answer that we have is, I have never talked rudely and I want her to do the same. So the third question linked to this would be, why do I want her to not talk rudely with me? Right? Because I said that I want her not to talk rudely with me. That was the answer. Then the question is, why do I want her not to talk rudely with me? The answer is because I expect her to be polite because she's my best friend. Correct? Okay, so the next why for this answer would be, why she being my best friend, why does she needs to be polite? Right? Why does she need to be polite? The answer is because that's how best friends are. They understand each other all the time. Right? They understand and love each other. Right? So the next question linked to this is the fifth why. Why do I want her to understand and love me all the time? Okay, so the answer to this is because I think she is the only one who understands me and loves me. Is this making sense? Right? So the problem statement was, why am I feeling hurt? And and after asking five whys, if you see, where are we now? We got an answer that what am I thinking? I'm thinking that she's the one who understands me. She's the one who loves me. So she cannot talk rudely with me. Right? So why am I getting hurt? It is because I'm thinking that she's the one who understands and loves me. So basically this thought, so whenever we create a thought that someone understands me, someone loves me, how do we feel? We feel good. If someone talks rudely with us, how do we feel? We feel hurt. So ultimately, if you think the feelings that we are having, where are they coming from? It starts from a thinking. Because when I think I'm being understood, I'm being loved, I'm feeling good, right? When I'm thinking that nobody's understanding me, nobody's loving me, that that thinking is creating hurt, right? So that was creating hurt. A thought was creating a feeling. Okay? Is there any doubt? No? You can raise hands or unmute yourself if you have any doubts. Okay. So, whatever feelings you told me about happiness or fear or joy, I would like you to do the similar exercise of asking five whys, right? Let's use a curious mind. Let's trigger it and find what is the actual thought that is creating happiness. What is the thought that is creating fear? But because ultimately from this exercise, what we found is it's a thought that is creating that feeling, right? So we'll just take 2-3 minutes. You can do this exercise and you can share with everyone, okay? If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat room. Or if you want to see this questions again, which I've used in this 5 why, you can ask that also. Like whatever questions you have, you can ask me. Sure. Someone has asked to show the fourth one. I'll show it again. Uh, so this is the fourth question. Why she being my best friend, she needs to be polite? Why? Okay. So the answer was, that's how best friends are, right? They understand and they love each other. They are polite to each other. They understand each other, love each other all the time. Sure. All the questions one by one again, someone has asked, so I'll just show in few minutes. Why am I feeling hurt? This is the first question that we asked. Because she talked rudely to me. The second question is, why is her talking rudely affecting me? The second question. I have never talked rudely with her and I want her to do the same. The third question is, why do I want her to not talk rudely with me? Answer is, I expect her to be polite to me as she's my best friend. Fourth is, why she being my best friend needs to be polite. Because that's how best friends are. They understand and love each other all the time. Why do I want her to understand and love me all the time? Because I think she's the one who understands me and loves me. Okay. So was anyone able to do this exercise for the feeling that you're having? Did you get the actual thought that is triggering that feeling? Would anyone like to share? So, okay, we can take this as a homework and we can spend some more time on asking these 5 whys for a positive emotion and for a negative emotion. And ultimately, you will think all these emotions all the feelings and emotions that you're having, they're linked to a thought. Okay, we'll take this as an homework and we'll do this. Okay, so now we need to understand if this thought is creating an emotion or a feeling inside me. Why? So if I need to control my feelings, like if I want to feel happy always, right, or loved always, then I need to change my thought, right? And do we didn't even knew, right, that we are creating about 50 thoughts a minute. We didn't knew about that. If we don't know that we are creating so many thoughts, then we can't control our feelings or our emotions. So what is triggering these thoughts? This thoughts is triggered by our personality. So first let's understand, where are these thoughts being created? Who's creating these thoughts? If we want to change our thoughts and change our feelings, we need to know who's creating it. Who's the creator of this thought? Is it me? Or was it my friend who was not picking up the phone? Or was it the situation that her not picking up the phone? It could be three things, right? Either me, I'm creating those thoughts, or it could be the situation that she's not picking up my phone, that is the situation. And the third is my friend, the people. Three things, right? So what is actually creating that thought inside me? Is it me? Like how many say I'm creating a thought? How many feel that situation creates a thought? Okay. How many of us think that people create thought inside us? Okay. So if it is a situation or a people creating a thought inside us, let's take an example to understand this better. Okay. Let's say I bought a new dress and I'm wearing a new dress. And I went out and the neighbor commented on my dress. But you're not looking good. What are you wearing? They just commented on my dress. So what are the different kinds of thought that will come inside? Let's just think what are the different kinds of thought that can come inside. Okay. The first kind of thought could be that that person has an habit of commenting, let it be, I don't care, right? Or a second thought could be, yeah, I was thinking that I'm not looking good in this dress, I shouldn't have wore this dress, I should have wore something else, right? This could be a second thought. A third thought could be, let him wear a new dress next time, I'll also pass a comment to him. This could be a third thought, right? So if we see, there are different kinds of thoughts that can come, but the situation is the same. The situation is same. The person is commenting, my neighbor is commenting on my dress, but the thought that is triggered is different. Why? If situation will create a thought, then the situation is same. It should create the same thought in everyone. But why is the thought different? It's a point to think about, right? Let's say we have a juicer. We put oranges in the juicer, we grind it, and we get a juice, right? So if our input, orange is an input, if our input is same and our processing machine is same, the output is always same, right? So if the situation is same, and if everyone create the same thought, then the output, which is the feeling, should be same. But our thoughts are not same. That is why we all have different feelings. So it is not the situation or the people who's creating the thought. It is me who's creating a thought inside us. I'm creating thought inside myself. Is it clear? Because if it was situation, if it was people, then everyone would be thinking alike. Then what is triggering this thoughts inside us? It is not a situation, it is not emotion. This thinking is based on our personality. So after some time, we'll see how this thinking, how this personality creates thought, right? I told you we'll take that later. Okay. Now first let's understand, why does it matter whatever I think? So that part is clear, that I'm creating a thought. I am the creator of thought. It is clear to everyone, or you have any questions? Clear? Can you please raise hand if it is clear? Okay, nice. Sure. Great. So I am the creator of those thoughts. Now let's understand, why does it matter whatever I think? Right? Whatever I think, why does it matter? The first is, this thought is creating a feeling. And who experiences that feeling? I create a thought, I experience that feeling, right? It's nobody else. Yes. The second point to this is, the thoughts that you create impacts your health. It has been founded that 98% of the diseases that we have, they're psychosomatic. So whenever we create a negative thought, there is an hormone that gets released, a cortisol hormone that decreases the immunity power of our body. So the more we are getting scared of COVID-19 or coronavirus, the more we are prone of acquiring that virus. Because when we create a fearful thought inside us, it releases a cortisol hormone, it decreases our immunity. So this thought is impacting our health. So even a slightest cough or even a slightest fever you have, that is also linked to a thought. The third is it impacts our relationships. Let me tell you an interesting thing. 98% of the communication that we have with each other, they are non-verbal communication. The non-verbal communication means it is based out of our attitude, our body language, the thoughts that I have in my mind for you, our vibrations. So 98% of the communication that we have among us or with anyone, it's a non-verbal communication, and 10% is only the words. Only 10% is words. Because the other person receives the vibrations that you carry for that person. You're getting that point? So how does it impact the relationship? Let's say in the case, I got hurt because my friend, she didn't pick up the phone or she talked rudely with me. Now I'm carrying that feeling of hurt inside me. Now let's say I got a call from my another friend, or let's say I had to talk with someone in my family. How would I talk with them? Would I talk happily or lovingly with them? I won't be able to talk because I'm carrying a feeling of hurt. So it spoiled two relationships. So my thought spoiled two relationships. First with my friend and the other with whomever I would be coming in contact with. So that is how a thought is impacting the relationships as well. Your thoughts create an environment as well. It would be happening, right? You know when to go to dad and ask for permission? That, hey dad, I want to go outside or I want something. You get to know that your dad is not in a good mood. Let's not go towards him or ask something. He would definitely refuse, right? We know. Although he won't be saying something, how do we get to know? Or we get to know that, yes, he's in good mood. Let me ask whatever I want. He'll agree to all the things. We get to know that because our thought creates vibrations. It creates an aura around us. Although you're not saying something, but whoever comes in contact with you, they catch those vibrations and they get to know that, oh, this person is in happy mood. Oh, this person is sad. Sometimes it happens even if you're not showing that you're sad, the person around you gets to know that, hey, you're looking sad, what happened, right? Although you're not crying or although you're not pretending to be sad, but the person gets to know that because you create an environment. Your thoughts create environment. Okay? So like I told you, I would be explaining that how thoughts create personality, because now we understood the importance of thought, right? Thought, it creates feeling inside me. Thoughts impact my relationship, my health, my environment. And if I'm not in a good mood, I can't work properly also, right? It impacts my work as well, right? So let's understand how thoughts, like why we understood why thoughts matter. Now let me tell you a secret thing to you. So for that, I'll share my screen again. Okay. So the thought that we create, it can create our destiny. That is the biggest power of thought. Each thought that we create, it creates our destiny. So let's understand how thoughts create destiny. We understood that thought create feelings. If we create some thoughts again and again, it creates a feeling inside me, right? That feeling creates an attitude. Attitude creates an action. And if I do some actions again and again, it becomes a habit. This habit is the collection of these habits is basically creating my personality. The personality creates relationships and relationship creates destiny. So first part we understood very clearly, right? A thought is creating a feeling. That is clear to all, right? Now let's understand the other parts as well to this. Let's say the class was about to start at 2 p.m. Okay, and I came late to the class. There was something that happened, and there was something that was going on, and I got late to the class. I joined around 2:20. So what are the kinds of thought that you would be creating? Why is she not coming? Right? She should come on time. The time was fixed. She's teaching us good things and she's teaching us about moral values, and she is only not coming in time. She's not punctual, right? We get these kinds of thoughts. Okay. So now let's say I come at 2:20. I joined by 2:20 and I say, oh really, I'm really very sorry. You know, there was an emergency that came and I had to go. So I got late. I'm really sorry. Would you be willing to receive that sorry? Will you be willing? Because you have created so many thoughts inside yourself, it created a feeling inside you, right? Now let's say after 2:20 I'm taking a class. So now, would you be willing to listen me? Just think, would you be willing to listen me? You won't be willing to listen me. Why? Because it changed your attitude. You created these thoughts, it changed your attitude. Now it is coming into your action. Your ears, they don't want to listen me, right? So that came into an action. So that is how the thought, feelings, attitude, and action, that is the half circle to it. So, so let's take an other example. Like when I was small kid, and I used to like feel fearful whenever I used to go and I had to speak something in stage. I used to feel fearful. That happens, right? Some people like they have stage fear. So when you have to go to stage or speak something, or whenever teacher used to ask me, hey Ria, can you read out this para for the class? I used to feel scared. Why do we feel scared? So like this feeling is also related to a thought. We understood, I'm feeling scared and I'm feeling fearful. This is also related to a thought. We understood that, right? So what is the thought that I'm creating? Oh, people are seeing me, right? People are seeing me. Am I looking presentable? There's so many thoughts that comes inside our mind. Like, will I be able to speak properly? Am I presentable? Is everything looking good? Right? There's so many thoughts that come that it creates a fear inside us. Now, once these thoughts created a feeling of fear inside me, how would be my attitude and action? Now, once I will go on stage and read out something, my hands would be shaking. My legs would be shaking. I would not be able to read out that para nicely. I would mumble. So that feeling finally came to my attitude and action. It is visible. People would be able to see my hands shaking. Right? Why did that happen? So a thought created that action. Now, if I get fearful again and again, and if my hands and legs they're shaking again and again because of the fear that I'm having, it will become a habit. Every time I have to go to stage, I will feel fearful. I'll always feel fearful. So that will basically become my personality. Everyone will get to know that yes, she's scared. She can't speak on stage. That becomes a personality. People will be able to figure that out, right? So let's take another example. Let's say I create a thought that I I I create a thought that I'm always being cheated by my friends, or like I cannot trust anyone. If I create this kind of thought that I'm always being cheated, I shouldn't trust anyone, you know. If I create this kind of thought, what is the feeling that I would create? It would create a feeling of untrust. I won't be able to trust anyone, right? It's a feeling of untrust. So that will come into my attitude. Sorry. That will come into my attitude. So now let's say whoever comes, like if my friend comes to me, or whoever new friends if I create, will I be able to trust that person? I won't be able to trust, because I created a feeling of untrust. I have a feeling of untrust in me, right? I'll carry that attitude. So whatever action he or she does, I would be questioning it. Hey, why did you go there? Hey, why did you come here? Hey, what are you doing? Right? Because I have a feeling of untrust. So that is coming into my action. Right? Now it will become my habit. And then it will come to my personality. So if it will become my habit, whoever comes in contact with me, I would be questioning them. That why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Then it will become my personality. People will get to know that she cannot trust anyone. And what is the kind of relationship that I'll create? We say that same birds with same feather flock together, we say, right? What kind of relationships will I create with people in this thing? People, if I don't trust people, will they be able to trust me? They won't be able to trust me. So what is the destiny that I'm creating for myself? People will not trust me. So that is the destiny that I'm creating for myself. It all started with a thought, right? Let's say I create a positive thought inside me that like whatever be the situation, I'll be happy. Whatever be the situation, I'll think positive. If I carry that thought inside me, that will also follow the same loop that we discussed. What is the kind of relationship that I'll create? People around me will be happy. People would like to talk with me, right? People will come to me. They'll speak with me. And what is the destiny that I'm creating? A good destiny, right? Is this clear? Do you have any questions? Okay. So we understood that a thought creates the personality and it creates the destiny. But why do we don't get to know about the quantity of thoughts that we are creating? We create 50 to 60 thoughts in a minute and we're not aware of it. How can we become aware? Because if we want to control our feelings, if we want to feel good always, if we want to create a good destiny for us, we need to have control over our thoughts. Can you stop thinking? If I ask you to stop thinking, can you stop thinking? No, we can't stop thinking, right? We always think. So what can we do? We can just we can just change its direction. We can take it from a negative direction to a positive direction. We can just change the direction. And by changing just the direction, we are changing our destiny. So that is the power of thought. A thought creates a destiny. Thought creates a personality. We all want a good personality, right? We want, right? So what do we have to do for that? Just change our thoughts. We all know about a positive and a negative thought. We all know about it. A positive thought is a selfless thought. A negative thought is a evil thought. It's about weakness. A negative thought could be about a weakness as well. A positive thought is a motivating thought. So now let's understand how can I give a direction to my thought and how can I, so what is mind? Mind is an organ which create thoughts, right? So how can I train my mind to create good thoughts? And how can I be aware of the thoughts that I'm creating? Because if I'm not aware, if I keep on creating these thoughts, it is creating my destiny and I'm not aware of what destiny am I creating, right? It's such a surprising thing. I'm not aware of the destiny that I'm creating. So if we want to do that, so let's say when we do so let's say someone is a cyclist. If I'm a cyclist, what do? We know that if I do a cycle for cycling for a long time, it can burn my muscles. So what do? We take protein. We have a good protein intake so that my muscles don't get burned. We take that prevention. Beforehand, we take that prevention. It is not like after I complete the cycling, I become a cyclist and my muscles are burned out. Now, if I start taking protein, like, will it help me? Will it help me? It won't. My muscles are already burned. Now, if I want to recover after my muscles are burned, it will take time, right? It will take time to recover. So we take prevention beforehand, that I know that I'm a cyclist and if I cycle, my muscles can burn, so I need to take protein. We know this. So we take care of our body. Similarly, we need to take care of our mind. How can I take care of my mind? We can take care of our mind by doing meditation. So meditation, like you trained your muscles for cycling, right? So similarly, meditation is training your mind. Training your mind of what kind of thoughts you should create, of becoming aware about the thoughts that you're creating. Because once you become aware about the thoughts, then you can change your destiny. Then you can create your personality. You can change your outlook, right? So this is clear. So do you have any questions? Yes. Okay. Okay, so someone asked like how to create a positive thought in a bad situation. Okay. So let's say, so let's take the same example. Like my friend talked rudely with me, right? And I felt hurt. So how can I deal with that situation and how can I create a positive thought so that I don't feel hurt? Okay. So let me tell you like what I generally do is, so first and foremost thing is you need to understand that my priority is me. I need to take care of my thoughts and my feelings. First is The thoughts are my priority, my feelings are my priority. She not picking up the phone could be a reason. It could be any reason, right? The second phone call which I received from the friend because I was hurt, I talked rudely with her as well, right? So same could be a situation for her as well. You don't know, there could be n number of situations because of which she talked rudely with you. So instead of getting hurt, we need to understand, like when we were doing those 5 whys, we got to know that best friends are someone who understand each other. So why in this situation I'm not able to understand her? If I expect her to understand me, right, so I should also understand her. It could be anything because of which she's talking that way. I need to give her time, and next time I can again talk with her and ask her, hey, what was the reason? But generally, what we do, we cut off, right? Or we carry that hurt inside us and we won't be able to talk in a good way with her. So, first thing is, we don't have to carry that hurt inside us. And that by changing a thought. That it's okay if she has done that way, it is okay. It can happen. But I'm the creator of my thought and feelings. I have that power to create a thought inside me. I create thoughts, right? I'm the creator of thoughts. So I need to control that. Okay? Okay. Sorry, there are some more questions we can take. For how many minutes we should do meditation? Okay. So we will understand a little more about meditation like during the classes that we would be having further, but just to let you know, to start with, what you need to do in meditation is you need to sit and you need to create some positive affirmations for yourself. Okay, so you know law of attraction, like, right, we all know law of attraction. Whatever we think, we give that energy to the universe and same things come back to us. We know it theoretically, right? We know law of attraction works as well. But have we actually used it? The current situation that we are dealing with, whether it's COVID or whatever situation that you're dealing with, either you're feeling fearful or aggressive or happy or joyful, it is because of the energy that you have sent to the universe that is coming back to you. Right? So in meditation, we'll have some positive affirmations for ourselves. Okay, so we'll create some positive thoughts. So let's say if I want to overcome fear, so I create some positive thoughts that I'm strong. So if, let me tell you a secret of mind, that mind doesn't know a difference between what is real and what is imaginary. If I tell you that, hey, can you just not imagine a mango? Can you do that? What are you imagining now? You're imagining a mango, right? You don't know how to not imagine something. You know how to imagine something, right? So during meditation, you don't have to tell yourself that I'm not fearful. No, because then your mind doesn't know how to be not to be fearful, right? You need to tell yourself that I'm strong, I'm happy, I'm joyful. These are some positive affirmations that you need to take for yourself. So once you start taking positive affirmations, and like if you come to a consciousness that I am creating these thoughts, so slowly and slowly by practice, you will be aware of the thoughts that you're creating for yourselves. Okay. So So, okay, I think there are a few more questions about concentration as well. So, like in tomorrow's session, we'll be taking that up. Okay, yeah. So, let's actually do a small meditation. Okay. So, this meditation, you can practice any time in the day, and it's really very helpful. You can practice anytime, but the best time to do meditation is during the morning hours. So whenever you wake up, your subconscious mind is very active. We are not aware of the thoughts that we create, right? Because most of them, like, they just keep on coming. So we need to train our subconscious mind for creating a positive thought. So to train our mind, the first, like the best time is during the morning hours. So whenever you wake up, like it would have happened, right? So in the morning, if you wake up and if you hear a very nice music or whatever song you hear, you just mumble that music throughout the day.
Yes.
Yes, it happens, right? Yeah. So why is that happening? Because that music enters your subconscious mind and you remember that throughout the day. Okay. So similarly, if you wake up and like your subconscious mind is active, and during that time, if you create some positive affirmations, you'll remember that throughout the day. That yes, I'm strong, I'm positive, I'm so those positive thoughts, basically it will enter your subconscious mind, and whenever that situation will come, you will get a thought, oh, I'm strong, oh, I'm powerful, oh, I'm happy. Why do I need to be sad? I'm happy. So like you used to mumble that song throughout the day, you will be mumbling these words throughout the day. That I'm strong, I'm happy, I'm good, everything is good, right? So best time to do meditation is whenever you wake up. You can take out some time, 15-20 minutes. You can just take out that time and you can just sit, relax, and create some positive thoughts. Okay. So now we'll sit comfortably and we'll see how do we need to do that. Sit comfortably. Relax your body. Come to an awareness that I create thoughts. I am creator of my thoughts. These thoughts, they create feelings inside me. Let's observe the thoughts that are coming inside your mind. Just observe for a few minutes. I am powerful. Feel the strength inside you. I am happy. Feel the joy inside you. I am a wonderful child. A positive person. I always think positive in every situation. Just feel the positivity inside you. Om Shanti. So in tomorrow's session, we'll understand how can we build up our concentration. Like we used some tools today, right? The 5 why technique to understand that the feelings that we are getting, it is by our thoughts. Similarly, we'll understand how can we build up our concentration and what is the thing that distracts our concentration. Okay. So everyone, like, is it okay, right? Any further questions you want to ask? All good? Okay, cool. So we'll meet tomorrow and learn few more things, right? Okay, nice to meet you all. Bye. Om Shanti.